Top 10 Best DC Movies, 2005 to 2019. With Jason Momoa's Aquaman becoming the highest-grossing DC movie of all time, the game for DC-inspired superhero films seems to be changing, as people are now taking them seriously than ever before. After making the big screen safe for superheroes with a couple of excellent adventures a generation or two ago, DC has proven to be fairly hit or miss at getting the magic up on screen, with one exception, of course. In the past, there have been a good number of DC-inspired films that have done an incredible business at the box office. Take, for example, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, which transcended the whole idea of a superhero film. So today, we've compiled a list of the top 10 DC superhero movies, completely based on their IMDb scores, given that it's the most popular source for honest movie ratings. Well, let's get to it right away then. Number 10, Aquaman, 2018. IMDb score 7.0 out of 10. Aquaman swims with its entertainingly ludicrous tide, offering up CGI superhero spectacle that delivers energetic action with an emphasis on good old-fashioned fun. More than a year after the lessons of Wonder Woman, the bros setting DC's course were still confusing macho posturing for heroics and obsessing over whose trident was hardest. But this world-building FX showcase at least boasted plenty of visual novelty. And let's be blunt, a mostly lame movie about this hero just isn't going to break hearts the way a stupid Batman or Superman flick does. Number 9, Man of Steel, 2013. IMDb score 7.1 out of 10. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is the first installment in the DC Extended Universe and features Superman. The film stars Henry Cavill and Amy Adams in lead roles and narrates the transformation of Clark Kent into a superhuman. Superman's always been unique among the popular superheroes. He's not a mutant or a billionaire with a penchant for vigilante justice. He's straight up alien who doesn't know why he's on Earth, where he came from, or what his purpose is as a lone outsider in a world of humans. The movie became the highest-earning solo Superman film ever and received mixed reviews from critics. Number 8, Shazam, 2019. IMDb score 7.1 out of 10. DC's Shazam has a friendly sloppiness that might remind you of the days, if you can remember them, when the fates of studios didn't rest on the ability of one or two B-movies with men in goofy suits to generate billions in revenue. Shazam feels blessedly old-fashioned, which isn't to say it's perfect or even very good. It's certainly fun when the juvenile actors are front and center, before the CGI moves in, before the last half hour and change. Number 7, Wonder Woman, 2017. IMDb score 7.4 out of 10. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman is one film that's broken stereotypes and many records. The film is a perfect example of what a female superhero film should look like. The filmmakers made sure to deliver a tale of a heroic character in its truest sense and succeeded in their task. Wonder Woman received positive reviews at the box office and has been considered the best female superhero film of all time. IMDb sure has given a decent enough score for this one, but if you ask us, Wonder Woman deserves to be in the top 3 DC movies of all time. Number 6, Watchmen, 2009. IMDb score 7.6 out of 10. Not many comic book adaptations have to live up to a source material even some fanboys regard as a masterpiece. So cut Zack Snyder's version of the Alan Moore, Dave Gibbons original some slack for its overly heavy atmosphere of importance. All that said, Watchmen deserves to be watched. The special effects are impressive, the cinematography admirable. Just don't expect the same thrill that fans of the novel must have experienced when they first cracked open the book. Number 5, V for Vendetta, 2005. IMDb score 8.2 out of 10. Directed by James McTeague, V for Vendetta is one DC film that's got a similar theme to that of The Dark Knight. A freedom fighter who calls himself V spreads terror with the help of Evie to bring down the government. The film's set in an alternative future and leaves the audience mesmerized by the means of a powerful story. The dystopian political thriller has remained a matter of discussion for both critics and movie buffs. Number 4, Batman Begins, 2005. IMDb score 8.2 out of 10. Batman Begins officially marked Christopher Nolan's arrival into mainstream Hollywood. The world had no idea of how Warner Brothers had consciously put the film in the hands of a genius filmmaker. With superb acting coming from Christian Bale and a darker, highly pragmatic story, the film succeeded in gathering huge box office earnings. Batman Begins also received an Academy Award nomination and largely positive reviews from the critics. Number 3. The Dark Knight Rises. 2012 IMDb score 8.4 out of 10. 4 years after the release of The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan put forth the final installment of the trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. It decided the fate of the Caped Crusader and thus ended the era of the Bale-Nolan saga. When Christian Bale reprises the role of Bruce Wayne, Tom Hardy, Bane, plays the villain. There's some great things here, like Tom Hardy's Bane and Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, and some not-so-great things. Bane's indistinct garble, Marion Cotillard's death scene. By far the weakest of the three, The Dark Knight Rises still remains a notch above most superhero screen fodder. Number 2. Joker, 2019 IMDb score 8.6 out of 10. Joker is brutal, dark, and a compelling origin story of a man's painful journey to self-destruction. Only an actor of Joaquin Phoenix's caliber could pull off such a tightrope of a character. He portrays a personality that we might end up rooting for, despite his inner demons getting the better of him. Joker also richly pays homage to The Dark Knight, where Arthur literally tries to make a smile on Bruce's face by stretching his lips. The film provides a terrific conceit, as Arthur/Joker's journey to insanity is a mirror image of Gotham's. Number 1. The Dark Knight, 2008 IMDb score 9.0 out of 10. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight has changed the narrative around superhero movies forever. The film is deeply involving and raised the bar of the superhero thriller genre. With polished CGIs, out-of-the-box storytelling, and Oscar-worthy performances, The Dark Knight became one of the most loved Christopher Nolan films of all time. As sequels go, it rarely gets better, and as villains go, the late Heath Ledger's Joker is one for the ages. Well, that was all for this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel for more comparisons like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around next time.